Hello everyone, today we are going to the second topic, safety in unexpected ways. Explain the policy of Festus who replaced Felix. As we know, Felix wanted to get money from Paul in order to release him from prison. And let's see what Festus' policy was. Acts 25, 1-6 says, Now when Festus was come into the province, after 3 days he ascended from Caesarea to Jerusalem. Then the high priest and the chief of the Jews informed him against Paul, and besought him, and desired favor against him, that he would send for him to Jerusalem, laying wait in the way to kill him. But Festus answered that Paul should be kept at Caesarea, and that he himself would depart shortly thither. Let them, therefore, said he, which among you are able, go down with me and accuse this man, if there be any weakness in him. And when he had tarried among them more than 10 days, he went down into Caesarea, and the next day, sitting on the judgment seat, commanded Paul to be brought. So, it says here also in the note, Festus held firmly to his purpose of giving Paul a fair trial at Caesarea. So here it is, unlike Felix, right, who wanted to bribe Paul. God in his providence controlled the decision of Festus that the life of the apostle might be lengthened. Now going to be, how did the hearing proceed and with what result? So let's see what says here in chapter 25 of Acts, verses 7-12. And when he was come, the Jews which came down from Jerusalem stood round about, and laid many grievous complaints against Paul, which they could not prove. While he answered for himself, neither against the law of the Jews, neither against the temple, nor yet against Caesar, have I offended anything at all. But Festus, willing to do the Jews a pleasure, answered Paul and said, Wilt thou go up to Jerusalem, and there be judged of these things before me? Then said Paul, I stand at Caesar's judgment seat, where I ought to be judged. To the Jews have I done no wrong, as thou very well knowest. For if I be an offender, or have committed anything worthy of death, I refuse not to die. But if there be none of these things whereof these accuse me, no man may deliver me unto them. I appeal unto Caesar. Then Festus, when he had conferred with the council, answered, Hast thou appealed unto Caesar? Unto Caesar shalt thou go. So that was the result, right? So he didn't want to go to so Paul didn't want to go to Jerusalem, right? He appealed to Caesar, and so to Caesar he was going to go. Why was it safer for Paul to go to Caesar than Jerusalem? Well, we know that the Jews they wanted to kill Paul. So it says here in the note, Festus knew nothing of the conspiracies of the Jews to murder Paul, and he was surprised at this appeal to Caesar. However, the words of the apostle put a stop to the proceedings of the court. So the Jews hated Paul so much that they couldn't wait to put their hands on him. Let's read 2 Timothy. Chapter 3, verse 12. Timothy 3:12. Oh, chapter 3:12. Here we go. Here it is. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. So unfortunately, we know here that even the Jews, because Paul, he was a Jew, right? Even the Jews, so his own people were trying to kill him. There is something important here in the note that I would like to read, because we know by the end of the time, God's people will also be persecuted. They will also suffer the same way Paul did. It says, because of hatred born of bigotry and self-righteousness, a servant of God was driven to turn for protection to the heathen. And this hatred, the people of God living in this age have yet to meet. Among many of the professing followers of Christ, there is the same pride, formalism, and selfishness, the same spirit of oppression that held so large a place in the Jewish heart. In the future, men claiming to be Christ's representatives will take a course similar to that followed by the priests and rulers in their treatment of Christ and the apostles. In the great crisis through which they are soon to pass, the faithful servants of God will encounter the same hardness of heart, the same cruel determination, the same unyielding hatred. So may God help us, and may we be prepared for these difficult days. So that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.